Okay, that's probably enough of that. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make very welcome, I'm very excited to have this next guest on, from the Real Housewives of Melbourne, would you please make very welcome, Gamble! Fabulous, as always.
Hello.
Gamble, how are you?
Thank you for having me here. How
you for coming
exciting.
on.
What an amazing set you have.
You fixed a chair before? That's how good it is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank
You're
you.
very well.
Yeah, very bright and sparkly today.
You are. I'm a really big fan of yours. I'm a huge fan of the Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Fantastic,
and I was so excited.
you.
I was from the first season. I was hooked with Gina.
Yeah,
and I was
she's
just
hot.
Team Gina from number.
I'm Team Gina too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and day number one, just my housemate and I watched it non-stop.
Oh,
and then we were thinking, who are they going to change with the cast? Is it going to be even better than the first season? And it was. Like you came in. And we were Team Gamble all the way.
Oh, thank you. I think Petty Fleur is good fun too. She's good.
Absolutely,
pretty
yeah.
funny remarks happening there as well. It's good humour, I think.
And
if
it was
you like dark humour.
Absolutely, and it was a great mix of people on the show as well. Like it just gave it a whole new dynamic. Had you seen the show before?
Oh yeah, I saw the original Housewives, and I was a fan of that. And
of the Melbourne one, or all
of
around?
the Melbourne one.
Yeah,
but the international ones I hadn't really watched.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched a bit of it, but I couldn't really. Yeah, but it was hard actually. I had to watch the whole first series to take the role on because you're up for public humiliation and you've got to have a good sense of humour when you're doing it. But you know, you never know how you're going to be perceived. And if you do think you're going to be perceived like a style icon, I think that Petty Fleur feels she's a bit that way. Then the public will take it won't come out the way you want. So you've just got to go in and ride by the seat of your pants. It's as simple as that.
The greatest thing about it though was that you kept your. I think you were very funny through the whole show.
Thank you.
And you kept your cool through the whole show, which I loved. And it was very funny. I think you did.
Chatston. I cut most of that out. I was calling Janet everything under the sun that you wouldn't
But it was
imagine.
amazing. Were there ever times when you were filming it that you kind of, at the end of the day, just went, this is exhausting. Like, what have I got myself into?
I bawled my eyes out after Chatston because that had been a long day filming.
Yeah,
and I sat down. It was only my first scene with it was my first scene. I had an original meaning. I had, but my first sort of one-on-one, one-on-two with Chika and Janet, and to have that sort of thing said, because what really upset me was they make headlines out of
course,
and they're tabloid headlines and they're silly, but still no one wants to be called that in the paper.
Yeah.
And so I was very upset. I felt very ambushed on that one.
Yeah.
But Janet is quite mad. I mean, she's great fun and she's hilarious. I worked with her yesterday on the Blue September ad campaign for men's cancer, and we have a great time together. But we have a humour about it. And I think that's the difference with the Aussies. The Americans really do get stuck into each other.
Just go full throttle, don't they? And you guys kind of hold back a little bit, and it's still friends at the end of it, which is it's nice that you guys get along. Funny sisterhood. Yeah, we do. I mean, there's quite honestly, I won't say who, but there's a couple that I'm not getting on with off the show. But oddly enough, like Jen and I always like seeing her. I said, you know how you feel about someone when you're actually really happy to see them. Yeah.
And her and I, wow. And it was quite a big campaign. There were lots of sort of celebrities. There were 40 people. I was working with Darren Hinch and 40 celebrities from different channels that I don't watch who really. So I'm like, oh, I know you're famous for something, but anyway.
I know you're famous.
And Jen and I going, and she's like laughing, you laugh like a witch. And we're quite, but we have that rapport now because we've sort of have fun having a go at each other.
As well.
Yeah, and it's actually, I know it sounds funny and she does actually piss me off, and I tell her that, but we actually sort of laugh with it off as well. So we sort of shake it off, but it does get heated, and they are real arguments, and it's quite intense. It's sort of like hyper reality when you're filming anything, and especially if you've done during your first season, you're not seasoned, you get really, really super upset. And that's why they changed the cast out. So we're all on a knife edge. I mean, you can't enjoy your job too much because you probably get the sack next season. So you got to take
just pull back a tiny bit, but not all the way.
No. So you don't want to pull back.
Was it what you were expecting when you got into it? Was there a little bit of hesitation in going into it when you?
No, not at all. I thought, don't get in your own way. I used to get in my own way when I was younger, and I'd go, think about it, and I just thought, no, just do it. I mean, how are you going to get this opportunity? And you're there to be taken the piss out of. You're going to be sort of, and wealthy women behaving badly in a way. Do you know what I mean? Or women with a lifestyle that you like. A lot of us aren't that wealthy, really. We just sort of know how to use smoke and mirrors really well. But it's quite good fun. I loved it, and especially going to Logies. I mean, how do you do that? You're not an actress. You can't sing. That feeling. And you still get to go and do all these amazing events. I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. And also I get dressed. I've got a fashion designer putting me in a $60,000 wedding dress.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting.
And so will that be a part of the show?
Yeah, that's going on, the wedding's going on the show. So that's one thing we've got definite. We still don't know what the cast is. I think Jan and I are pretty safe because I think that we might be, and I feel that obviously I think Gina would be, I think people would just boycott the show if she wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? We love her so much. And I like working with her because it does get really nasty and she knows how to mediate. So I just pull her in because I know I'm going to lose my stuff. And she actually stopped me. I would have had a really bad reaction from the public if I'd just gone as mental as I would normally. She said, no, just
come on. Come on, gamble.
Yeah, because you do need to take advice. So I did take some advice from her when I was calling Janet a junkie. And, it wasn't ideal. And she's not. I just said it.
Just something that came.
Well, if I'm going to have, and we did get these headlines, stripper and junkie. I said, we're officially
the most. And junkie?
Well, no, I called her a junkie and she got me a stripper. And I said, we're officially the trashiest housewives in the world. Thank you. So, yeah, a bit of payback.
I went to Gina's book launch and I was really excited about meeting her and she was so lovely.
Well, did I meet you there?
No,
okay.
I was pretty excited about meeting you today. I was telling everybody about Gamble. I was pretty excited. Everybody at work knew all about Gamble.
Oh, thank you. That's a real honour. Thank you so much.
But I was a big fan of your relationship with Wolf Pup, your partner.
Puppy's gorgeous.
And how was his reaction to the show? Because I got quite emotional in some parts where you got ganged up on a little bit, and I was always wanting Gina to step in. I was like yelling at the TV, come on, Gina, stick up for my Gamble.
But yeah, she was fantastic.
But what about?
And that's how we actually developed a real friendship, because I was a fan when I came and I looked like a fan. I love it. And you can't help it. And it's a bit overwhelming when you're working with these really intense, big characters, and you go and you're a bit like starstruck and a little bit sort of all of a sudden. And I wouldn't have developed a rapport with anyone off camera. And so I took it. When one of my friends had mutual friends with Janet, and she invited me for lunch and some, open kind of invitations. But I thought I want to go in with a clean slate with everyone, and then I wouldn't speak to people while we're filming except Gina, because I was like, I'm not going to get custody of my children, my stepchildren, my God. And she said, no, even if you were a stripper, you still get custody. Like, oh, okay, that's
just a great conversation. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's normal conversation, and she's used to that sort of stuff, so nothing really phases her. Thank God. But anyway, I was like, so she was the only one I spoke to. So all of it's really real, and I will go underground unless we're doing a publicity thing. I'm going to go back to ground when I'm filming, because if I've had a conversation with you about, why didn't I don't like being in this pink dress, for instance, with being a wedding and that sort of thing. If I've already had it with you, I can't fake, I can't act. So if I've had a phone call and then they need to tell the story on camera, I can't redo it. So you can't burn content, basically. So you go underground. So that's how it sort of works for me. And the producers said to the other girls, they said, look, it's really the best strategy, because it is authentic, because you're having the conversation the first time. And they'll be doing that again. We start filming at the end of
so exciting.
July. Yeah.
And are you nervous about it? Are you nervous about going back into that environment?
I love it. I love it. It's like dumb politics. You're a bitch, you're that. And so you try to
stripper and junkie.
Yeah, you try. Right back at you. So you try and be a little bit sort of gladiatorial, but there'll be a lot more love in this one. We've got a beautiful wedding coming up. I'm really excited, and Rick's been fantastic. He's just humouring me. He feels like a passenger in his own body, I think. Like, we're doing this. And he goes, where have you been? And then you see these amazing photo shoots and that sort of stuff. So he doesn't really know what's going on. He just sort of puts up with me. But anyway,
what was Rick's and your sister as well, what was their reaction to the show when it all went out? Was it a great, like they were really happy for you?
Tempest was really upset. And she was really pissed off, because she felt it was a real stain on my character. The point is that I'm old enough not to give a damn anymore. But if I was your age, I'd have been mortified by that sort of thing. And my family on my father's side are very ultra conservative. My sister's a vet. My brother is he's an editor of a magazine now, but he was studying law and that sort of stuff. And so, they look at the headlines, they're like, what are you doing with this to yourself? But I love the glamour and the fun and doing the other stuff. All the perks you get with it is worth a bit of and it's like in the glossy magazines, it's not it's not as serious as you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. No, she was upset, and Rick was really good. He managed to get through it. If I didn't have his support, if he didn't have such a strong backbone, I wouldn't have been able to do that show. Because, I mean, imagine, most men who are spineless, if someone said that about their partner, they might even be so insecure to dump them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it had been one of my weaker partners in my past, especially my last ex, they just, go, oh, a girl said something bad about you. Then the next day you see that girl out to dinner with your boyfriend. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's how it works. Girls can be really. It's like, it really is the way women operate sometimes. Turned up a notch because it's on TV.
Yeah. All the reality.
Some
and everything.
women in wealthy circles, if you go out with a partner that has, a little bit of money and the lifestyle that you like, they can be ruthless. And I've experienced that in my real life.
Well, Gambler, I'm so excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I've got you a friendship bracelet because I hope we can be friends. And thank you so much. We're going to throw to an ad right now, but thank you so much for coming on,
I'll
Gambler.
give you a blue September bracelet.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gambler. Really appreciate it. Guys, would you like to take it away one more time?
Let's do a folk fusion this time.
Let's do the folk one.